I'm in my New York studio right now, and I think it's important to talk about some things regarding what's going on in America at this point in time. And normal people know that shootings are not okay. And what Eric Erickson would say, according to WebMD and my psychology degree from State University of Albany at New York, is that in the adolescent stage, we have something called identity versus identity confusion. And one of Erickson's theories was about positive or negative outcomes. And what Freud would say as he would take a psychoanalytic approach where the unconscious mind drives behavior. What God would say is, and again, shout out Andrew and Chris Cuomo. It's been a long run, and I still haven't told them on air what I promised you, Andrew Cuomo. But we'll get to that soon. For this purpose, I'm trying to keep this short. What God would say is John in 3:16 out of the Bible in the New Testament. God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son to die for our sins. And I urge everyone in America not only to know that I invented right now with the movie No Excuses, and this is me without an ounce of makeup at middle age in my New York studio. There is a Florida one, and I'm grateful for that through COVID. Is that we have to be kind to people. And if you're going to quote me on air, I appreciate it. CNN and Fox and all the journalism and the publications, just know that all consuming filming is watching you right now. And most of the things you're talking about that have to do with abuse and violence was a bigger vision that happened a long time ago that took time and money and resources and exhaustion and meetings with legislators at every level to get done. Know that I'm hoping and watching in the community the way you're treating people. And I've discussed it with President Biden and the government and the legislators and the DA. And all consuming filming will never condone abuse and violence. And we don't find humor in anyone that is taking a gun and hurting another individual. That this is not okay behavior. And I am looking forward to my next couple of projects, which will be announced soon. But be safe and God bless in New York, and hope you're well and hope you're being kind to individuals in this world. And I've worked really, really hard and spent a lot of money on all of my movies and worked really, really hard to send a message of hope and kindness and love. So be kind. Open the door for someone. Be kind. Be safe. God bless. Mwah.
Research case study presentation. In the studies learned at Full Sail University and specific to negotiations and deal making, there are components and approaches utilized in every negotiation. Whether the negotiation results in a success or failure, the outcome has an end conclusion. The topic: Warner Music Group negotiates with YouTube in 2009. There are at least two sides to every contract negotiation, and some deals are closed and some terminate before an agreement is reached. In the topic of Warner Music Group and YouTube, The negotiations took place behind closed doors and also in the public news headlines that spanned for almost a year before an agreement was reached. In this particular negotiation, the following techniques will be addressed in this presentation: best alternative negotiation agreement, dirty tricks, and mutual benefit. According to headlines, the dispute was about music video value. In this event, YouTube does not want to pay the same price as what Warner Music Group demands. In a quote by Bruno, "The root problem here is that both sides tend to overvalue their contribution to the digital music market. The issue can be realistically solved by doing research on an industry standards. However, history tells us the negotiation went over years." The LA Times printed in 2009, "Warner Videos disappeared from YouTube last December amid a contract dispute over how much the music videos were worth." Warner Music Chairman and Chief Executive Bronfman Jr. became personally involved in negotiations to help strike a deal that YouTube described as sustainable. In a nutshell, the issue was to come to a formulated agreement of what the monetary value was for the video at that time. The interests of each party are evident and best quoted by Stone in 2006. Founders Chad Hurley and Steve Chen helped to produce a landmark deal between Warner Music and YouTube. By the end of the year, the label, run by media mogul Edgar Bronfman Jr., will be able to yank any unauthorized songs or video clips from the site if Warner doesn't like the way they're used, or if Warner doesn't own all the rights. It is evident that money and power obstacles speak for itself in business. Best alternative negotiation agreement. As learned at Full Sail University and through the Coleman Deitch and Marcus readings, the best alternative negotiation reviews options that would be a benefit to the one party separate from the other. The options available to both companies, and if each party would not come together and agree, are to find a different resource to host music videos and partners, or accept negative press for benefit of exposure, or accept financial liability, and this is the most obvious option in business. Dirty tricks. Among some of the conflicts that started negotiations, Warner Music Group started taking music videos down from YouTube. This evidenced incident dated back the year before, where an article was written to Warner addressing the issues, and David Scott states, "Within hours you started to pull down the clips, claiming copyright infringement." This article implies that the fans are the buyers and they are being deleted from the equation. Mutual benefit. The best case option between all parties are to have an agreed contract. Secondly, if both parties have equal or majority profits to maximize sales, and if both parties have been credited for their works. Positive and negatives during negotiations. In this case, what went right was putting the videos back up for the audience's entertainment. What went wrong was yanking them down, which did not resonate well with the fans and audience who enjoyed this entertainment. WMG was seeking $25 to $40 per every 1,000 plus views instead of the $5 to $8 that they were receiving under the previous agreement, as quoted by Rolling Stone in 2009. WMG wanted more financial gain. Actual agreement is noted in history and is quoted by Business Insider in 2009. Warner Music Group has completed a deal with YouTube that will bring back music videos for Green Day, U2, Madonna, and other artists to the video sharing site from which they were removed in December, according to two executives familiar with the talks. In the current times, these artists still appear on YouTube with the utilization of ads as Warner Music Group's logo, as you see here, appears in the music videos as pulled up online. This display is evidence, along with the view counts, that the exposure online is a success. All text and images are retrieved and cited appropriately.
One question we always know before our eyes fall for the very last time. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord. Hallelujah. When the winds blow cold, where would you go when your eyes finally close? For the very last time, do you even know where you're gonna go when your eyes finally close? When the winds blow cold, where would you go when your eyes finally close? For the very last time, do you even know where you're gonna go when your eyes finally close? When the winds blow cold, where would you go when your eyes finally close? For the very last time, do you even know where you're gonna go when your eyes finally close? For the very last time, do you even know where you're gonna go when your eyes finally close? For the very last time, do you even know? Do you even know? Do you even know? When you lying in that casket, face look like plastic. Always Jerry gotta ask it. Is your soul in the heavenly baskets? Baskets, baskets. Where would you go when your eyes finally close? For the very last time, do you even know where you're gonna go when your eyes finally close? When the winds blow cold, where would you go when your eyes finally close? For the very last time, do you even know where you're gonna go when your eyes finally close? When the winds blow cold, where would you go when your eyes finally close? For the very last time, do you even know where you're gonna go when your eyes finally close? For the very last time, do you even know where you're gonna go when your eyes finally close? For the very last time, do you even know? Do you even know? Do you even know? We gotta ask it. Is your soul in the heavenly baskets? Baskets, baskets. When the winds blow cold, where would you go when your eyes finally close? For the very last time, do you even know where you're gonna go when your eyes finally close? When the winds blow cold, where would you go when your eyes finally close? For the very last time, do you even know where you're gonna go when your eyes finally close? When the winds blow cold, where would you go when your eyes finally close? For the very last time, do you even know where you're gonna go when your eyes finally close? For the very last time, do you even know where you're gonna go when your eyes finally close? For the very last time, do you even know? Do you even know? Do you even know? Lying in that casket, face look like plastic. Always scary, gotta ask it. Is your soul in the heavenly baskets? Baskets, baskets. When the winds blow cold, where would you go when your eyes finally close? For the very last time, do you even know where you're gonna go when your eyes finally close? When the winds blow cold, where would you go when your eyes finally close? For the very last time, do you even know where you're gonna go when your eyes finally close? When the winds blow cold, where would you go when your eyes finally close? For the very last time, do you even know where you're gonna go when your eyes finally close? For the very last time, do you even know where you're gonna go when you ride on the globe? For the very last time, do you even know? Do you even know? Do you even know? So. When the winds blow cold, where would you go when you ride on the clothes? For the very last time, do you even know where you're gonna go when you ride on the clothes? When the winds blow cold, where would you go when you ride on the clothes? For the very last time, do you even know where you're gonna go when you ride on the clothes? When the winds blow cold, where would you go when you ride on the clothes? For the very last time, do you even know where you're gonna go when you ride on the clothes? For the very last time, do you even know where you're gonna go when you ride on the clothes? For the very last time, do you even know? Do you even know? Do you even know?
Face it like plastic. Always carry, gotta ask it. Is your soul in